In this video, we are going to study about string. A string is a sequence of characters and it is defined between double quotes. This is an example of a string. So how can we declare and initialize a string? String is just an array of characters. So we have to write char, the name of the string, followed by its size within the square bracket. For example, char city 10 means city is the name of the string and within square bracket that shows the size. Here name is the size of the string and it can have up to 30 elements. Always remember that a string will have a null character at the end. So if you have to calculate the size of a string, then the maximum number of characters in the string plus 1 has to be added. String can be assigned in 3 ways. The first one is this. That is, you can mention that within double quotes. In that case, automatically the last character will be set to the null character by the compiler. In the second method, you can give each character by character including the white space, but it has to be within single quotes. And here we will have to specify the /0 at the end. Only when the compiler reaches the /0, it will know that a string has come to an end. So that is why /0 is important. Similarly, if we are not going to mention the size, then there again you have to write /0 and the size will be automatically set by the compiler. Now how can you read a string from a keyboard? Like how you read characters or integers, you can use %s to read a string. But remember that an ampersand is not required in this case, along with the variable name. So the problem with scanf function to read a string is that at the time it reaches the first white space, it is going to terminate. For example, if you're going to input New York, then after new, there will be a space. Once it encounters a space, it will stop reading the string. So this is the problem with using a scanf while reading a string. So the other values will be some garbage values. So instead of that, you could read two strings, New and York, and then input it to two strings and then concatenate it. So a good method to avoid this limitation will be to use getters, which we have studied in module 2, which does not skip the white space. So if you're going to use getters, this is an example. Here I have defined a string called name and it can take up to 25 characters. So this is prompted to the user. So enter full name will be shown on the terminal and this will be the user input and the name is entered and then put as hello will print this onto the screen and put as name will again print this. So what we have to understand that even though there is a space, there were no issue in reading and writing since we used getters and putters function. So this is the best function to read a string instead of using scanf. There are certain string handling functions and these are defined under string.h. So if you're going to use any of these functions, then you will have to include this header file in your program by using #include string.h. So these are the predefined functions. String length will help you to find the length of a string. String LWR will convert a string to a lowercase. String upper will help you to convert it into uppercase. String cat will help to concatenate two strings. String copy will allow you to copy one string into another. String compare helps you to compare two strings and will give you back a number. Then string duplicate and reversing of string. So these are all functions which are already defined under library function string.h. So let's see a few examples on how to use these string functions. So remember to use hash include string.h because you're going to use the string function. Then I'm going to define a string called new year in a variable name called array. Then we're going to specify two length 1 and length 2. Length 1 and length 2, which are two variables. Then this string will be entered by the user. So the user was prompted to enter the string by using a printf statement, and instead of using a scanf, we are going to use getAs function. Then we are going to calculate the length of array 1, that is new year, and we are going to give that value to length 1. So length 1 will get the value called 7, which is the length of new year. New year has got 7 characters. Next, we are going to calculate the length of the string m, which was a user inputted string. For example, if the user had inputted Humpty Dumpty into that string, then the white space is also included and it will print 13. So you can print the length 1 and length 2 onto the terminal. So you will get 7 and 13. So this is the use of string length function, which will calculate the length of the string and return back an integer like this. Next, using a string function, let us copy the content of one string to another. Okay. So remember to use string.h. Then we are prompting the user to enter a string, and that string I'm going to name it as source. Then string copy within bracket target comma source. So whatever string is present in the variable called source is copied to the variable called target. And then we can print the target string. So the target string, for example, enter the first string EI is a good class. Then the output will be the second string we have asked to print. So we will again get EI is a good class as the second string. So we can see that one string has been copied to another string. Next is to concatenate a source string to the end of a target string. Again, you can use a string functions. So here we are going to use these two header files, and then we are going to define two strings, string 1 and string 2. We are going to prompt the user to enter string 1, and we are going to read that in scanf. Again, an ampersand need not be used because we are going to use %s. Here again the user was prompted to enter the second string. Ampersand was not used here. Then we are going to use the function called string cat, which will add string 2 to the end of string 1. So we will get the concatenated string is %s string 1. Okay, so if you're going to print this will be, if this is your input, that is string 1 is Ashwin and string 2 is Rajesh, then you will get Ashwin Rajesh together without any space. So that is the use of concatenating. One string is added to the end of another string. Next is string compare. So string compare helps you to compare two strings and to find whether they are same or different. So if they are identical, then it will return a 0 value. But if they are different, then the numeric difference between the ASCII values of the first non-matching pairs are returned. So let's see that. For example, let string 1 be Jerry and string 2 be Ferry. Okay, so if you're going to compare string 1 with Jerry, string 1 is same as Jerry and Jerry. So if these two are compared, then you will get I is equal to 0. Then next, if you're going to compare string 1 with string 2, it means that the first two letters difference are taken, F, G, H, I, J. So we have got a difference of 4 starting from F to J. So 4 will be printed over here. Then next if string 1 is compared with Jerry boy, then it means that after string 1 is Jerry. So after Jerry is over, there will be a null character. That null character is compared with Jerry space boy. So it is going to be compared with the space. So the difference between the space and the null character is minus 32. It is according to ASCII values. We don't have to bother about that. All you have to understand is there will be some difference between these two and that value will be printed. Next is we have to read a string, store it in an array and then check whether it is palindrome word or not. So palindrome means a string is checked with its reverse and it should be same. For example, Malayalam is a palindrome word. So remember to use string.h. Then we are going to declare a string called string1. Then few integers for us to use. Then we are going to prompt the user to enter a string and that value is entered into string1. Then we are going to calculate the length of the string and the length of the string. For example, if it is Malayalam, it is going to be 9 characters. So that 9 will come in n. Then what we are going to do is we are going to check if string 1 I is equal to string 1 n minus I minus 1. This means that we are going to check from this side and this side if both these are going to be equal. If both these are equal, we are going to set flag equal to 1. That is, flag was initially set equal to 0 when it is incremented. If this condition is true, then it will be incremented, which means that our flag, if it is finally going to be equal to I will be the length of the string. If it is equal to I, then the string will be palindrome. Otherwise, our string will not be palindrome. Next is to store a string and we are supposed to count the number of vowels, consonant and spaces in that string. So we are going to declare a string called S. Then we are going to declare few variables called. Next you have to count the number of vowels, consonants and spaces in a string. So remember to use string.h in order to calculate the length. Then we are going to declare a string named S. Then few variables called vowel, consonant, white spaces, etc. Then n will give the length of the string. So we're going to set all the counters as equal to 0. We're going to prompt the user to enter the string. Then we got the string from the user. And then we're going to calculate the length of the string and store that in n. Next, till the end of the string, that is till the last element of the string, we are going to check for each element whether s of I is equal to the vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U in both small letter and capital letter. If any of them are encountered, then vowels are incremented. Else, if we encounter a white space, we are going to increment the white space. Other than that would be a consonant. We consider that as a consonant. You could also give one more condition like else if it is a number that is between 0 and 9, then you could increment that also. Then last case we have given else, then it would be a consonant. Consonant is a value other than a vowel. So you're going to increase the number of consonant. And so once you reach the end of this string, then we can print these values.